Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you the virtual program training session that we did this morning. So that way, if you weren't able to join us live, you have this video as an option that you can go back and do later. So it was a timed workout. We did 8 movements, 30 seconds of work, and then 30 seconds of rest for each one. So I'm going to go over this with you here real quick, let you know what we did, and then I'll go through each one and show you specifically what to do. So 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. You can go through this 3 to 5 times, however many rounds you want to do. The first thing you're going to do is an incline QP shoulder taps. That's that plank position. So plank position, just doing shoulder taps. Chop pops, those standing quick hip hinges. Backpack good mornings, wearing the backpack in front of you and then doing a hip hinge. Incline QP jacks, again, that's that plank position and then just moving your feet. Backpack rows, we're going to use the backpack to do our pulling, and then a backpack sit to stand, a back-to-back crawl, and then back-to-back, I'm going to show you what that Zercher position looks like, holding your backpack, and then with knee lifts. So what you'll do is you'll set your timer up, you'll go through each one for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds, and then again, you can repeat that 3 to 5 times, however many times you want to go through it. So only a couple of required pieces of equipment that you're going to need. Obviously, you're going to need a backpack. This is a backpack workout, so I just use the backpack that I normally carry around because it's heavy, because it's got all my junk in it. But you can take any backpack. It could even be one of those, bag ones with the strings. Fill it full of books, canned goods, just anything that you can think of to help weight it down. And then again, what's great about the backpack workout is that you can change it to whatever desired weight you want. And then you're going to need either a chair. I'm going to use a stool because it's a little bit lower, and just honestly, it was something that I had handy and convenient down here. So a chair or a stool, something just that you can sit down and stand up off of. So let's go through each of these things here real quick. I'll show you how to do each of them. So the first thing you're going to do is incline QP shoulder taps. So your incline can be whatever level you want it to be. You can do it off the floor. You can use your chair, putting your hands on the chair. Or if you need to go to a higher incline, you can always use the wall too. Go put your hands on the wall and use that as your incline. So hands are going to go right underneath your shoulders. We're in a nice long spine, shoulders packed. Getting your stability here, we're just going to tap the opposite shoulder. Tap, tap. So you'll do that for 30 seconds, and then you're going to stand up and do some standing chop pops. So chop pops are just kind of a really quick hip hinge. I'm going to do this from the side, and I like to back up. You can back up to the chair or your stool, whatever you're using behind you, and that just kind of lets you know where your knees need to be. Knees need to stay right over our ankles. So you're going to drop down into that hip hinge and then stand up quick. So it's just a quick repetitive movement, and just make sure that you're squeezing your glutes and bracing your abs as you stand up here at the top. So you're careful not to overarch your back. Just stand up really tall. So again, you'll do that for 30 seconds. And then you're going to do some backpack good morning. So for your backpack good morning, you're going to wear your backpack in the front. So you're going to put it on in front of you. And again, back up to that chair, feet about hip width apart. And you're going to use that backpack as just some added weight as we push those hips back into that hip hinge position and then stand back up. So similar to our chop pops, but we're slowing things down. So we're really loading up that back side here. You should feel hamstrings, glutes as you get into that hip hinge. And make sure as you go into that hip hinge, notice how my spine stays straight. No rounding of the spine, and keep those shoulders packed. Okay, so 30 seconds of good mornings. And then we're back to our incline plank position. So again, either on the floor, hands in your chair, on the stool, or you can go put your hands on the wall if you want to. I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit so you can see my legs, hopefully. All right, so plank jacks. Again, long spine, shoulders packed. You can do 1 foot at a time where you're just tapping out and in, or a little bit higher impact, you're going to do both feet at the same time, going out and in. So whichever variation works best for you, do 30 seconds of those, and then we're doing backpack rows. So you're going to use your backpack as your weight. And again, we're going to get into that hip hinge position. So typically when we get into our hip hinge, our chest stays slightly facing forward. But as we do these bent over rows, We're gonna bend over, so let me turn back to the side again. So my chest is more facing towards the ground. I've got my backpack in front of me here resting on the floor, and then we're gonna pull those elbows straight back. So this is a really good way, the backpack here, to do these bent over rows. And again, adding as much weight into that backpack as you feel like you can do. So 30 seconds of those rows, squeezing those shoulder blades together and pulling those elbows back in that hip hinge position. Then we're gonna get into some sit and stands. So you're gonna wear your backpack. So we're gonna put that backpack on, and then you're just gonna sit down, stand up. So this is your simulated squat here, just down and up. Careful not to use your momentum to rock back and forth. You wanna try to keep your torso as tall as you can and stand. You'll be feeling that after 30 seconds. All right, and then we've got a backpack crawl. So there's a lot of different ways that we can do the backpack crawl. So let me just start with the more advanced, since I already got my backpack on, the more advanced version. You can wear your backpack and crawl across the floor. So you're just crawling, keeping your knees on the ground. You can go forward, you can go backward. So what you want to think about when you're doing your backpack crawl is trying not to let your backpack shift from side to side. If you feel your backpack shifting, that means you've got a lot of weight or a lot of hip movement happening, and we don't want our hips to move just a whole lot. So we try to keep everything really still. If you want to advance that, you can crawl with the knees on the ground, or a little bit harder, knees up off the ground. And you can go forward or backward. So again, you'll do that for 30 seconds. If you don't like wearing the backpack, your other option, you don't have to crawl. You can always stay stationary in your quadruped position and just push, pull your backpack wherever you want. It can go out to the side, back to the center, out to the side. You can really kind of push and pull it wherever you want to. You can push and crawl to it. Push and crawl. Again, keeping your knees on the ground as you push and crawl, or you can, again, like we did with the backpack on the back, lift the knees up off the ground, push it, crawl to it, and then push. So lots of different variations with your backpack crawl. Pick which one you like the best, or you could pick a different type each round that you go through. So to finish, you're gonna do a backpack Zercher hold. So Zercher hold is just elbows bent, and we're gonna keep those elbows in next to our side. Palms are gonna be up while we're holding that backpack here. Keep your nice long spine, and we're gonna alternate some knee lifts. Toes out in front of the knees, lifting those toes up to the ceiling. From the side here, you're just gonna hold that, and again, for 30 seconds. So, we did 3 rounds of that this morning. So we got that workout with our warm-up and then a little lazy lizard stretching at the end. We were able to do all that within 30 minutes. So again, this is a really good way for you to get in a quick workout if you need something really quick, because you can adjust the rounds however many times you guys want to do it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video of the virtual training session.